Driving in my car right after a beer. Hey, that bomb is shaped like a deer. DUI, how about you die? I'll go 100 miles in an hour. Little do you know, I filled up on gas.
Oh my god, bro.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? No!
I'm a kid, you're about to make it ass. Pulverize this pond with my cooking truck. It seems you're out of luck.
I'm free!
This is the third time I am recording this script, and I am going a little bit insane. Anyways, as I showcase the Tetrarch to you in all of its glory as I set it up and showcase some of its features to you, I'd like to talk a little bit about the Tetrarch's historical significance. The Tetrarch was a British light tank developed just before World War II. Designed in the late 1930s, it was meant to be a fast airborne reconnaissance tank that could be dropped into battle by a glider or transport aircraft. Despite its slight weight of around 7.6 tons, it was equipped with a two-pounder gun, a 40mm cannon, giving it decent firepower for its size. Armor thickness ranged from about 4 to 16mm, just enough to protect against small arms fire and shrapnel, but not much more. Because of this, it relied heavily on speed and agility rather than brute strength, reaching up to 40 miles per hour, 64 kilometers per hour, on roads. The Tetrarch saw limited service due to its unique role. Only around 220 units were built, and by the time it was ready, warfare had shifted towards heavier and better armored tanks. Its most famous deployment was during the D-Day landings in 1944, when several were flown into Normandy aboard Hamilcar gliders. Though innovative, they often struggled in rough terrain and against heavier German armor. Still, the Tetrarch remains an important piece of tank history. It's one of the first airborne tanks ever deployed, paving the way for later air transportable designs. In many ways, it represented Britain's experimental spirit, combining lightness, mobility, and firepower in a compact form. In order for the cannon elevation to work, you should go into here, go into gameplay settings, gotta go to kinetics, stress values, capacity, and you want to change the copper valve handles capacity from its default of 8, you gotta change it to 16. And that is about all that you have to do to get it to work, outside of just normal basic default configs. It's actually not, because I kind of forgot to grab a track toolkit and set the suspension stiffness back up. There we go. I wanted to look a little bit as its features. I don't know when I turn on phase, it makes a bunch of shit invisible, but it just does that, so I guess I'll go spectator. So this is my Tetrarch, obviously. You've got a hatch right here for the driver, and not exactly like the Tetrarch, but much like the Tetrarch, the entire front of the turret will open up as the commander and gunner's hatch. I couldn't make the entire top fold up because of the way I built it, but I got as close as I could to the real thing. You've got your heavy auto cannon here, representing the 40mm cannon on the actual Tetrarch. You've got your left and right for the turret right there, and the elevation, which is set to 8 degrees because for some reason it likes to only go up and down in weird increments of what you actually tell it to. But yeah, you've got the fuel tank right here. This is the brake, and as opposed to there being a clutch to go forward, it's literally just to turn the engine on. So it takes a hot second, like a second or two after you press forward to actually start going forward, but there's that. I did that to make it simple and make it take up less space. The goal with this, of course, is to just be as cheap as possible. And of course, we've got the gear shift here and the gear shift here. There's not supposed to be an inverted gear shift here. I just kind of forgot to take that off of the schematic. But in the schematic posted in the description, which it is, this will not be here. I will also post in the description a list of all of the mods that you need in order to use this, if I can actually figure out exactly everything that I used on this. But yeah, it's got basic compact engine. There's really not much more to it. It's a very, very simple, very, very cheap design. Let me just move the... Kinda gotta move the gun out of the way manually to get up out the driver's hatch, but that's fine. And on the bottom here is the way to get in, because you can't really hop up, so there's a little hole right here where you can get in. That might kind of let enemy infantry get up into your tank, but I guess if you see infantry coming as the driver, just, you know, get in the seat and they can't hop up into it. It's, in terms of how good the actual armor is, I will demonstrate that to you real quick. But I will say it is not good. This is basically only intended as a infantry support vehicle. So if you are expecting to see anything of the sort of autocannons or whatnot in your battle, I would recommend not bringing this, but it can be a very useful platform because it is still generally faster than just running, and it does have good firepower itself, but I'll just show you. Like, it's really not good. It just gets absolutely shredded. But that's not surprising. The real Tetrarch only had 4 to 16 millimeters of armor anyway, so even like a 20 millimeter autocannon for something like the Panzer II could probably kill it anyways. But that's it. That is my Tetrarch. I will post the schematic and mod list in the description, and I will see all of you later. Oh, yeah, also don't forget to like and subscribe, because, you know, that helps.